Hey guys, I was just before I make a video, I going to comb my hair and make it look presentable, and I just realized that what Connie, if we met when we were 18, and I was wondering if Connie would still, as ugly and stuff and as I am now, if they showed a picture of me at 73, I wonder if she would just run like hell. I don't know. She still looks pretty good, but I don't know. I don't. Getting older is, I'm accepting it pretty good, but I don't know, man. You sure don't look the same as you did 55 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, I got this little video. It's we met a guy. Well, at this restaurant we used to hang out at. In fact, we ended up taking it over for, I don't know, 15 years or something like that later on. But at the time, we were just hanging out there, go to breakfast there and stuff. It's way out. It's the elevation is about maybe about 1,000 feet higher than our house is, elevation-wise. So it got a lot of snow. It was real cold. And anyway, we know this quite a long time ago. There was this old man, older guy. It might have been close to 70, I think, and the restaurant had a little campsite place out back, and guys could park their trailers there and stuff like that. And this guy had a little tiny trailer, like a little 15-foot camp trailer. He had no heat in it. He had water, from the hookup. He had basically little to no money. And he had the only heat he had, and there's like 3-4 feet of snow out there at a lot of times, and all he had was the stove, the burners on the stove for heat. And we got to know the guy. He's a pretty nice guy. He's an ex-biker guy, and he was a real nice guy. And I think he only had he told me one time, I think he had about $900, $800 or something like that coming in from Social Security, and that was all he had. So, and I got to know the guy a little bit, and we decided we had, some money coming in then pretty good and stuff, and so we decided I was going to build a little house, not really, a kind of tiny house, I don't know what they call it, but not big, for him. Because I felt bad, but he didn't have, he didn't make enough money to do anything else. So we ended up, we built a little cabin. It was, I think, a little small place just for him, just one guy. 16 wide by, I think it might have been 40, I think, something like that. Not bad, but it was pretty nice. We put raised ceilings in and complete kitchen, and and it was one bedroom, good sized bedroom in it. I mean, for what the size of the place was, a little open floor plan area, as you can imagine. Nice little place, and put a little front porch on it and stuff for him, and painted brand new. And we charged him $300 a month rent. That way, I think he had about $600 left to to live on. And he didn't have much. He didn't eat much, and and he didn't see. With our place up here, you don't have water bill, like guys in the city got water bill. We didn't have any, sewage bill. We don't have any power bill. He didn't have a phone, so he didn't have any phone bill either. The power bill we have basically is broke down into. We run the generator sometimes, but we have to replace generators every so many years, and there's a certain amount of fuel we use. So there's a little cost to, the power, but it's pretty much, not very much. So that's about the only utilities we have, and which is also, he didn't have anything. We gave him a little brand new one of these little Honda Super Quiet generators, a little tiny thing, and it's not very big. Price wasn't too cheap, but so if he needed a you know, a little light on, or not light on, but you know, something he just started up real easy to start. A little tiny thing. It's super quiet. They had mufflers on them, and you could sit on the front porch and you wouldn't even hear it. So anyway, he moved in to it, and he lived there for quite a few years. And so then we used to take him out and about and, you know, run errands with him. He didn't really have anything to do, and like I said, I don't think he was ever married. I don't think he had any kids, anything like that, just himself. And he lived there quite a while, and 3 years maybe, 4. And eventually he ended up, he had some of his old biker buddies found him, and they were going to rent a place, and so he eventually, you know, moved in with his friends, and which is fine. And we actually got we didn't have that much in the cabin, and money, I think we got most of the money back on the building of the cabin itself, so that was kind of, you know, for just a little bit of money. It wasn't very much to build it, because we did it ourselves, and, you know, it's small, and, you know. So anyway, after he moved out, we had an empty house, and a nice place. I mean, it really isn't small, about five something square feet. And howdy, Weef.
Howdy.
And oh, there's the Weefer out there. I colored the Weef. That's our little pet name, Weef. And so anyway, it's sat empty for just a short time, and my grandson, he wanted to know if he could, you know, move in there. And he was pretty young. I think he was 15, 16. And I don't know, let's see, he was out of school, the GED or something. I don't know what, but anyway. And he had a good little job and everything. And I said, sure. I was a little bit leery renting to family. I've had rentals before in the old days, and a lot of trouble with him. But he rented it, you know. I gave it cheap. I think it was, you know, he made a little better income than the other guy did. So I think we made it, I think $400 a month, I think. I'm not sure, something like that, you know. And I said, you do all the maintenance on it, you know, anything you wanted, you know. I'll pay for anything, like if it needs a water heater. He knew all that. And you know, about a water heater, you put it in, you know, stuff like that. You want to paint the house, I'll give you paint, you paint it, you know, or something. So he did good, and rent was always on time. Yeah, there was once or twice it was, and I called him up the next day after it was due, and I says, we got to talk about the rent. Oh no, it's so there's once or twice in all the years he's been there, he was about a day or two late. But he's rents right on time and everything. So he lived in that for, I think it was about 5 years, and he got married. And he got married to a really pretty gal. And I was thinking, hey, pretty rustic living up here for some gal that's been, you know, in town or in the city. But they've been married a long time now, and she's still hanging in there. You know, she's an old mountain, not an old, but a young mountain woman. I said, in fact, I even married him. Got one of those quickie licenses, you know. I've married quite a few of my kids and stuff too. It's kind of fun. You ought to do that. It's cheap, and if you like public speaking. But anyway, so he stayed in it, and then he got married, and they had a kid on the way, and it was only a 1-bedroom place. So he's, you know, kind of a builder, and his dad's a builder, and, you know, and everybody. So he asked me, he says, well, I need a couple of bedrooms put on, you know, and a, you know, little addition. And what can we work out? And I says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll bump the rent up $300 a month, and we'll add on, and I'll pay for everything, not labor, but I'll pay for all the material, pay for, you know, all the wood and everything in the bath. And so we ended up putting on 2 extra bedrooms, small bedrooms, but bedrooms, another bathroom, and a laundry room, and a little bit more to the living room. So it turned out to be a, you know, well, I don't know, maybe 1,200 square feet, I think, something like that. Brand new again. And it had, I think, raised ceilings. I'm not sure. Well, the one part of the house had raised ceilings, and the other part, I'm not sure if it did or not. Can't remember. But he moved into that, and he's been doing fine in it. And so rent went up a little bit. I think to $700 a month. But that's not bad. It's 1,100 square feet, I think, and it's a newer place where it was new. And so it turned out to be like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, laundry room, raised ceiling, which adds a lot to a small place. And he liked it, and the wife moved in, and she liked it, and they had one kid, and then they had another kid, and then they had another kid, and now at this moment in time, she's pregnant with their fourth. I have a tractor, a little skid steer that I do work with all the time now, and I bladed them in. Nice place. They got chickens in there, and they got a shed, to do his work he does. He works out of the house primarily now. Got a mill and some other things. So it worked out really good, and they're still there today. And it's been, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure, 12, 13, 14 years he's been in there. So that's the middle story about it started off to be kind of a good deed. I didn't really want to get a rental house because I figured, I didn't know at the time, if I have a rental house, then I got strangers moving into it and all that, because I had rental houses and they were always a big pain in the butt. So, but I would do it for this friend of mine, and then that it was open, and my my grandson got to take it over, and then we got wife, and the kids are right, it's on our property, so the wife likes to go down, and she has them up to babysit, and the kids, the grandkids, which she likes, and I like it too. And tomorrow I'm going to go down and help them with it. We're going to drag some logs in my tractor and do some things. So, and it's also given me somebody to have companionship with. We don't hang out all the time, but we like each other. Besides love each other, we like each other, and he's a good guy, and I think he thinks I'm a good guy too. So it's nice to have somebody out here 5-6 miles away from the nearest person, but now I got him there, so I can't really honestly say from the nearest person anymore. But it worked out good. Just want to tell you that quick little story. Thanks.